I know I turned the camera on and you've already seen the thumbnail, yet I truly don't even know what to say. Okay. I'm moving. Again. And would I have loved for this announcement to have been because I'm buying a house again? Absolutely. But that is not the case. That's not why I'm moving. I'm moving into another rental. Because if you didn't buy my book and read my book, I think I still have it public on Amazon now, but I dive into the whole situation on what happened with really the economy, with the housing market in Dallas and housing market in Florida. And anyways, point is, I'm also gonna cough, I'm sorry about that. But the point is that I guess when I got home and the way that everything just literally fell apart, my construction house that I was building, everything fell apart the day before closing. And I guess now I'm in this place where I just don't want to deal with that right now. And I just saw myself renting for a little bit, maybe not, but that's where my frame of mind is at. Is that the right thing to say? And my thoughts are scattered. Please bear with me. And I just thought, no, I don't want to get back into all that right now. I just want to first be home and settle into that thought and kind of take a time out from house buying. And when I moved into this house, because everything had fallen apart literally within minutes and hours of my thinking I'm going to be living in my new home that I just bought, and I was in an Airbnb, and when that didn't happen, I knew I had to move somewhat quickly once again I guess I didn't, because I didn't move into this house till September, but I had another month essentially where, I was looking for a place to live because the Airbnb was just way too expensive. Anyways, so at the time, this was the house that came up. It was the location and all the things that kind of fit into what I was looking for. And when I spoke to the person managing this house, it was already told to me that the situation of the owners and that they were overseas and that, they really didn't know if there would be a possibility beyond just the year of my lease that I was given, because, with that job being overseas, and they weren't really supposed to have still been there, basically. They were only supposed to have been gone like a year or two or something like that, and it turned into year 3. And so that's why I kept telling you guys, if you remember, I was saying, I know I'm not going to be in this house past the year because of that situation. Because the last thing I want to do is continue to move, continue to pay to move, like, you know what I mean? And so anyways, I digress. So I fully thought I was going to be here till, the end of this August, and that's not the case. I am not moving because I want to. I am moving because they have asked me, per the lease terms, that the situation with the current owner's job did change immediately, and that they were coming back and basically putting this house up for sale. And I was given X amount of time per the lease, to basically figure it out. So I'm moving. And I found this out, I don't remember when I found this out, but I was actually vlogging the day I found this out, and I had literally stopped vlogging. And in that vlog I said, oh, I received a phone call or something and I'll be talking about it soon. That was the day that I found out. So if you watch my vlogs, excuse me, if you watch my vlogs, then you might know what I'm talking about, but it was that day. I was just out and about, and actually it wasn't a call, it was an email. I don't even know like what I put, but it was an email. And oh, my burger's here. I've been waiting for my lunch. All right, sorry, I was so hungry. Scarfed it down, redid a touch up, here I am. I don't even know where I left off, so if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. Basically, that's what I was told, that, you know, and there's nothing I can do about that. And, you know, it's frustrating because of, you know, having the extra moving expense earlier, but at first I was like very shocked. My reaction, I was just like, and it ruined my whole day, and like I even think I like stopped vlogging, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like I don't even know how to process this right now. Sorry that I've changed you guys all over the office, but yeah, at first, you know, it really ruined my day, and I was just like, oh my gosh, you know, I started furnishing the house and doing all that, and that just means it'll cost more to move. But like, obviously I knew I was gonna have to move anyways. It just, again, wasn't something that I thought was gonna happen now. And, but then since then, I've realized, obviously, you know, there's just something that's gonna be better for me. And that's just how I have to think. I feel like every time I move, there's always like, I guess, some type of conversation, and I totally understand that. But I don't think there's anything wrong with people who want to move all the time. I think there's nothing wrong with people who don't ever want to move ever. I just think it's just like how somebody's life goes, and I don't even know why I'm saying that, but you know, I'm sick of moving. I know that. I know that I am definitely sick of moving, but I am seeing this as a better opportunity actually to get into a house where I have asked the questions. I have asked, you know, how long can the rental be and things like that. So I'm going into this next home with more of a sense of, hopefully, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's all in the leases, you know, that the owner can, if they need to, right? Like if I've been a homeowner, and if I rented out my home and the market just changes, or you lose your job, or like what can you do? That's why I've always wanted to be more of a homeowner than a renter. But I've also seen if people prefer being a renter over being a homeowner. I think it's just a personal preference. But for me, this is exactly why I want to own my own home, so that I don't have to wonder, you know. But right now, it is what I've decided to do, because I just really need to chill. I want to chill. I don't want things to be complicated. I want to wait for the market to be better. I just need to practice some patience there. But in the meantime, I also know that I don't want to like keep bouncing from rental to rental. Obviously, that is out of my control. That doesn't mean that I can't go into this next house and it might not happen again. Like, you know, it's just, you just don't know. But I will say that the house that I chose and that I feel very lucky and blessed to get, it will surprise you guys. It's very different kind of. I'm gonna do a tour of it, and I will be vlogging the whole moving thing, and I will be doing videos here on my main channel of me setting up that house. That's something I definitely want to do, so stay tuned for that. That's all coming very soon. But I knew that I had to just start getting this video up because I also have a vlog channel, and it's going to be pretty obvious if things are looking like they're being packed, you know? And obviously I like to share my life with you guys. That's why I do it. So I just wanted to come on here and make that announcement. I've literally, this month was the 5th month that I've been here. So I haven't even been here half a year. And yeah, once again, when I first found out, I was just like, oh my God, don't want to deal with this. And the thought of packing and moving kind of made me upset. But then I was just like, well, like, nothing you can do. And I let myself just be kind of upset and a little rattled that day. But then the next day, I hit the ground running and already have the next house ready to go. So I'm excited to show you guys what that looks like. And hopefully, crossing our fingers, we get to be there for the actual duration of my lease, but that's that. I just know. I just know you guys clicked on this video and you're like, what is happening? You just moved. But yeah, totally out of my control. But I think what I've been trying to say is, but I think this is a blessing in disguise for sure. Because I mean, this house is like right off of a main street, and the sounds and the honking and the cars that take off and peeled out, like it's a whole thing. But other than that, there's really no downfall to this house other than that. Like, the neighbors everyone's quiet. That's why I like quiet, but you know what? Like, I think this is a blessing in disguise, and it is what it is. So, but I already have plans on how I want to decorate and how I kind of want it to look. A beautiful color palette, and in a small way, it kind of reminds me of my construction house that I'm not living in. But that's neither here nor there. I don't want the end of this video to be bitter. But anyhow, here we go again. How many moves is that now that you guys have seen? To be fair, a lot of the first moves you guys watched was because I was renting, and I had to move to be zoned for Micah's high school. And so a lot of those moves happened because of that. And then once she was done with high school, I bought my first home, and then that's when I lost Loxie, and I had always wanted to chase the Florida dream. Most of you remember I talked about Florida long before I bought my first house. It was one of my first dreams that I ever shared publicly, in the sense, you know, was that I wanted to live on the East Coast, and I really saw myself living in Florida. And when I lost Loxie, I think it's really what triggered a lot of me to do it. And then other reasons that I obviously talked about. And then it just didn't end up being for me. I'm sure had I probably have lived in a different city or section of Florida, I don't know if I would have come back home. Like, I don't know. I guess I'll never know. But I think for me, the best thing was to come home. I think that, and here I am. So there's that, you know what I'm saying? Not to like dive back into all that, but you know, now I'm moving again, and that's just gonna be part of renting right now until I decide I'm ready to find a more long-term, I wouldn't say forever home, because I still think I'm young, and I think that things could change for me later on down in life, but I do think I eventually see myself buying a home and being there for longer than at least 5 years, you know what I mean? So hopefully that happens at some point, but right now, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm comfortable with, but because I'm having to rent, this is also the roll of dice that I'm dealing with. So anyways, that's that. I'm moving. That's why I'm moving. And I can't wait to just kind of get it done, get it over with, and finally maybe start to feel like I've got some footing on the ground. Because I'm not gonna lie, stuff like this makes me just feel like I'm floating and I'm not rooting and whatever. Now I feel like I'm over chatting. I don't know, maybe you like it, but that's that. And I don't know when, if I'm being honest, when I will have the house tour up for you guys, because now I'm at a point where it's like scheduling movers and doing all the things. So with that said, I guess be patient if I'm sort of a little off my schedule. I post every day but Friday. So if I miss videos here and there, you know, it's also, I'm doing another job that has nothing to do with YouTube, and that requires traveling. So that could also get in the way. I'm trying to see how I'm gonna schedule upcoming travel. So I really don't know how I'm gonna maneuver all this, because I know that it will overwhelm me too much to move and do all that. I'm not a fan of moving day. I think there's two types of people with that. People that love moving day and people that do not like moving day. I've never met a person in between, but I don't know, comment down below, let me know how you feel on moving days. But I am not a fan of it. I'm always stressed. I just feel like, I don't know why, but I always feel bad that I'm not helping the movers, even though I pay them to do that. But the guilt that I feel, like just standing there, something about it, like, I don't know, my brain doesn't understand. Like, and I don't know if that's because I've been a single mom and I've done everything myself, so to like sit back and not do, I don't know, it's just weird. It's a weird thing. I don't even know how to explain it. And then I start helping and I'm like, but then I'm like, but I paid for this, like, I don't know. I can't ever settle in my head well on days like that. But, and then you're just having to like kind of stand there, you know, and there's nothing you can do. And anyways, it's the whole thing. I don't even know how I've gotten to this, but let me know. Let me know how you handle it. Is there something that you do? Any advice would be great. I don't know, do you actually like, do you sit like maybe at a table they haven't packed up yet, and maybe you do some journaling, or is there something relaxing that you do on a moving day that helps you with that? I don't know if anyone else experiences that, but moving days, like, it chokes me with like anxiety. But it doesn't matter, because I also know at the end of the day, it's gotta happen, it's gonna be done, and then, you know, whatever. But any advice would be greatly appreciated on that and what you do. But that's that. I'm gonna start packing soon. So if you're not subscribed to my vlog, it's linked down below. And that's that, you guys. I can't even cry anymore. All I can do is laugh. So I hope you're laughing with me. But that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.